In this module, we'll talk about matters of health and safety in the context of your return to the United States. In this section, we'll discuss the basics of health and safety after you return, Centers for Disease Control post-travel tips, health insurance claims, reentry and reverse culture shock, and technology and communications. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 15 to 70% of travelers returning to the United States have illnesses related to their travels. Some illnesses start while traveling, but others can take months or years to appear. It's important to share your travel history with your healthcare provider, especially if you develop an illness with fever within 6 months of your return. If you experienced illness during your program or upon return, please contact Student Life Student Health Services. It's also important to complete any regimens as advised at your international travel consultation prior to departure, such as finishing your anti-malarial pills or getting a follow-up TB test. Consider completing any vaccine series not completed prior to travel so that you'll be ready for your next program. Just as the Centers for Disease Control has excellent tips for how to prepare for international travel, the centers can also be a helpful resource upon your return. They've flagged the following symptoms as being particularly worth a trip to the doctor: fever, persistent diarrhea, and skin problems such as rashes, bug bites, fungal infections, or boils. When you went to the doctor prior to traveling, you had a list of things to discuss with him. So too upon your return. The Centers for Disease Control recommend that you include the following topics at any follow-up appointment: what you did on your trip, how long you were gone, where you stayed, such as a fancy hotel, native dwelling, or tent, what you ate and drank while you were there, whether you were bitten by bugs, whether you swam in fresh water, any other possible exposures, including but not limited to sex, tattoos, or piercings. You can get the full story on the Centers for Disease Control website. If you incurred any costs related to medical appointments, prescriptions, or other health care, a claim for reimbursement can be filed with GeoBlue. Claim forms are available online by accessing your benefit page at GeoBlue. If you have any questions or concerns about making a claim, please contact the International Risk Manager. If you traveled with a laptop or other device and accessed Wi-Fi or another internet connection while abroad, the Office of the Chief Information Officer at Ohio State recommends you take these devices to Buckeye Bar for a walk-in technical consultation. Have your devices scanned for any viruses or malware and have them removed. For more information on locations, visit the OCIO website. After ensuring that your devices are not compromised, it's advisable to change your passwords. When you return home, you'll be entering the last stage of cultural adjustment called the re-entry phase. For some people, re-entry may be challenging. Many of the feelings returnees experience can be similar to those felt when adjusting to their host country. For some, re-entry can even be more difficult than when they first went abroad. Education abroad students often find that they themselves have changed a great deal. You might find the process of re-entry is greatly eased by sharing the overseas experience with like-minded and interested people. Seek out other students who have returned from studying abroad, as well as international students, especially those from the country from which you've just returned. Your education abroad experience has also provided you with new skills that will assist you both personally and professionally. The Office of International Affairs offers useful information and additional resources to help assist in your transition back to life at Ohio State. These are available on the OIA Education Abroad website. Here are some strategies that may ease your adjustment to life after study abroad. Give some thoughts to the types of changes you've undergone as a result of your time abroad. How have you changed? What's important to you now? Expect some negative feelings about your home culture. You may be viewing your culture from a completely different perspective. Remember, there are positive and negative aspects of all cultures. Be patient with family and friends. They're trying to understand your recent experience, even as you are listening and trying to understand what they went through while you were gone. Participate in orientations for students going to your host country. The Office of International Affairs is always interested in having past participants share their experiences and photographs at orientations, information sessions, in residence halls, and in other presentation opportunities that may arise on campus. Become an English conversation partner. The English Conversation Program brings U.S. and international students together to share conversation and friendship. Registration and information are available online. Talk to advisors in the Office of International Affairs and the Student Life Career Counseling and Support Services, as well as your academic advisor, about how you can use what you've learned abroad in your academic studies or career. Get involved with international students and faculty on campus. Attend global engagement nights where domestic and international students connect to learn about diverse cultures. Live in the International House Residence Hall at Ohio State. Take internationally focused courses. Consider adding a major or minor in international studies, or check to see if your college offers a global option curriculum. Subscribe to a newspaper from your host country. Contact the Office of International Affairs about opportunities to volunteer. Start planning how you might go abroad again for work, research, service, or on another education abroad program. Above all, find ways to keep the international in your life. You should always feel welcome to visit the Office of International Affairs website for upcoming international events at Ohio State. We'd love to see you again. It's important to realize that just as your education abroad experience begins well before your departure date, your experience also continues well after your return date. In this module, we talked about a number of ways you could continue to engage with your experience, even after you've come back to campus. Post-program considerations such as health, technology, and cultural adjustments are important, so please give them your full attention. Please take a moment to complete the quiz for Module 3. Don't forget to complete this orientation by submitting all 3 module quizzes. Soon you will find yourself fully immersed in a new and exciting environment, gaining international experiences that will broaden your perspectives about the world in which we live. By traveling abroad, you're taking the first step to becoming a truly global citizen, a choice that will shape both your life and your future professional career. When you study in another country, you'll be exposed to a whole new way of living and learning. Remember to keep an open mind and to embrace the experience. At the Office of International Affairs, we're excited for you and the amazing experience you're about to have. Please travel safely and with our best wishes.